Well, Jane, first of all, thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us.
Oh, it's my delight. You know, I love coming to the World Conference, primarily because I think I like to talk to everyone.
And you've been president 5 years?
I'm just finishing up the 5th year at this conference.
And what are some of the changes that you've seen to the role of the organization in those 5 years?
Well, I think one of the things that we've actually tried to do is to work on communication. And in fact, I have to tell you, in the past, people described the union as a bit stodgy and a bit old-fashioned. And we've really tried to change our communication style around that, change the website, tried to go into social media. And in fact, what I like the most about this whole campaign is the fact that we've been able to really distill what the union does into a clear message. Know, share, act. And it's really amazing to me that those 3 words really have described what the union has really been doing since it started in 1920.
Let's look at also over the last 5 years at some of the work that's going on to combat TB around the world. What was some of the changes you've seen there?
Well, do you know, some of them are just so exciting. Do you know, for example, WHO finally had endorsed its first new diagnostic in the form of GeneXpert. And with some of our TB grants, we've assisted many places in the world in rolling that out to get a diagnosis in a rapid, efficient fashion where nothing was available. But I think even more important than that is actually the MDR TB work and the development of an MDR unit at the union. You know, the union has actually been involved in the Francophone cohort short MDR TB therapy studies for a number of years. And it was really much the basis of that work that last year allowed WHO to endorse a short MDR treatment regimen. So in fact, I think that these last 5 years have seen a convergence of 2 things. A ready, easy diagnostic that could identify MDR TB, and then we've really moved the front forward in getting an effective and short course treatment. Now the challenge is going to be getting that out to the patients. So the union has actually started an MDR unit. We anticipated that WHO was going to endorse this short course regimen, and so we've already rolled out our courses to be able to train individuals in country how to get this regimen to the patients that need it.
Now this conference is great, isn't it? Because people come literally from all
everywhere
around the world. Right? How do members of the union get more involved with the work of the union?
Well, it's really interesting that you asked that, because in fact last week I sent out a message, and this is the theme that I've decided I wanted to try to talk about at this conference. I read a poem when I was in school called The Blind Men and the Elephant, and I found that this story exists in many different cultures. In short, it's these blind men go to visit an elephant, and they're all touching a different part, and they only describe their part. And one of the things I've realized in the last 5 years going around to sites of the union where we have programs, where we have offices, where we have regional meetings, is that it was like I was talking to the individual blind men. This person only touched the regional conference. This person was only touching the STREAM trial. This person was only touching our journals. And so what I want to say to the members is we have a vast array of things to offer, and I encourage people to touch a different part of the elephant. The other thing is we've created the largest membership reorganization in the history of the union since 1920. At this conference, the membership is going to vote on whether they adopt that. I just want the message to go out that members have a vote. The vote translates into who sits on the board, and the board helps to set, or does set, the strategic plan of the union. So members' opinions matter. Go vote.
My last question is, what's your message to people who aren't members?
Come join us. I joined the union as a young physician just out of my training about 2 years. I went to a small regional conference and I found a home, a set of warm people, excited about what they were doing, who wanted to mentor me and who had the same vision as I did which was one of Health Solutions for the Poor, focused on ending TB and combating lung disease. So for anyone who's not a member, this is the place for you if those are your interests.
Well, Jane, thank you ever so much. That was really interesting. Thank you ever so much for joining us. I hope you have a great week in Liverpool.
Oh, well, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the conference.